All right, joining me now to discuss is former head of public diplomacy for the envoy to Ukraine and Russia, Morgan Murphy, and national security analyst and senior fellow at the Lexington Institute, Rebecca Grant. Good to have both of you with us. All right, Morgan, is it okay for the president's envoy to tell Russia how to pitch the peace deal, or does that give Moscow too much say here?
No, well, of course it's all right for the envoy to talk to Russia, to talk to the advisors there and give them candid advice about how to negotiate this deal. You know, the critics of the president just can't stand that he's actually talking here and getting progress. And I'm so optimistic for the first time, I think this year, that we have peace on the horizon.
Rebecca, the president posting this on Truth Social today. Let's take a look at that. I look forward to hopefully meeting with President Zelensky and President Putin soon, but only when the deal to end this war is final or in its final stages. So we know that Special Envoy Witkoff is planning to meet with President Putin next week. Given this, how hopeful should we be about a peace deal actually being finalized?
Well, I am hopeful, and President Trump has said he hopes something good is happening. I think Special Envoy Witkoff has been a hero, doing a tremendous job. But of course, a key point, President Zelensky saying that he wants to talk directly with President Trump about the final details on territory. Of course, the most sensitive issue, hey, I'd like to see every Russian out of Ukraine. But the fact is, this deal is coming together as a good economic path forward for Ukraine and a deal that they're going to need to take.
Yeah, meanwhile, Morgan, some disturbing news out of German intelligence. They're now warning Russia may actually be positioning for a possible attack on NATO within the next 4 years. The German Foreign Ministry posting this on X, our intelligence services issuing urgent warnings. At the very least, Russia is creating the option for itself to wage war against NATO by 2029. We have to deter further Russian aggression together with our partners and allies. So look, we've got the new intelligence alerts, peace talks underway. How serious should we be taking this threat?
Well, you know how you deter aggression is by having strength. And if the Germans could get a dump truck out of a Toys R Us parking lot, they might deter Putin. Like, Russia has an economy the size of Italy. Really, Europe has a $21 trillion economy. It should be perfectly capable of handling Russia on its own, and that they look to the United States to provide leadership on that. And it seems like the European strategy is to fight to the last Ukrainian. And so they're throwing the people of Ukraine into a meat grinder for their own security. And it shows in that, quote, intelligence report from Germany. It's just sickening to watch.
Rebecca, a final thought from you here on that.
Well, the real front, is Poland, our great ally, and NATO does need U.S. leadership. They are stepping up. Poland spending almost 5%, put in plenty of tanks, air power, U.S. leadership, and will deter Russia.
All right, Morgan Murphy, Rebecca Grant, thank you both very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and we'll be right back.